Tonight is a community service of the New York Institute of Technology.
Covering the news of Nassau and Suffolk County's Long Island News Tonight with Ken Eckhart, Carol Peck, and the award-winning LI News team. Good evening. I'm Ken Eckhart, and here's what's happening. Searchers looking for more victims of a suspected serial killer along Ocean Parkway on the South Shore have now found a total of 8 sets of human remains. Suffolk County Police Commissioner Richard Dormer announced today that the remains of 3 more people had been found. 5 sets of remains were found previously along the highway in the area between Oak Beach and Gilgo Beach. A set of remains was found last week. Police have not positively connected that case to the bodies of 4 prostitutes found nearby back in December. Investigators have searched 7 miles of dense undergrowth several times since the first discoveries. Nassau County's police unions say the recently announced county wage freeze is unfair, and they're taking their battle to court. The 3 police unions are reportedly filing lawsuits against the individual members of the Nassau Interim Finance Authority, known as NYIT, County Executive Edward Mangano, and County Controller George Maragos. NYIT ordered the wage freeze to help cope with what they say is a $176 million deficit in the county's budget. But according to Newsday, the police unions say the wage freeze violates their collective bargaining agreements and the U.S. Constitution. The police unions argue the effects of the economic downturn should be shared equally. A U.S. senator was on the side of the Long Island Expressway in Old Westbury recently to call attention to sections of the roadway that don't have sufficient area for police officers to safely pull over motorists. Jody Goldberg reports.
After the tragedy that killed Nassau police officer Michael Califano, U.S. Senator Charles Schumer is calling on the Federal Highway Administration and the New York State Department of Transportation to investigate the safety of police officers patrolling the Long Island Expressway.
There's hardly enough room to open your car door without it getting ripped off, let alone getting out of your patrol car to approach the driver of the vehicle that you just pulled over.
According to Schumer, some portions of the LIE have no median or shoulder, and they are a threat to police officers. As a result, he says, over the past 10 years, 25 officers have been killed or injured by vehicles while doing routine police work. And Senator Schumer says police officers face threats every day, and highway shoulders shouldn't be one of them.
But when you see how narrow the shoulders are, you know that that's why it happened, particularly on one of the busiest highways, not just in New York, but in America.
Nassau County PBA President James Carver says it's hard enough being a cop, and addressing roadside danger needs to be a high priority to make it safer for everyone.
You see a police officer on a roadway, move over and give him the respect.
But this driver says it's hard to enforce the Move Over Act, especially for truck drivers who are limited to 2 lanes.
I mean, I understand their point, but I mean, it's impossible to get over sometimes. It really is, and it's going to cause more traffic, and I think more accidents that way.
In Old Westbury, Jody Goldberg, LI News Tonight.
Suffolk County Police are investigating the death of a Wyandanch man who apparently died while being arrested for disorderly conduct. Police say they were called to the Peacemaker Motorcycle Club on Straight Path in Wyandanch a little after midnight Saturday morning about an intoxicated man who wouldn't leave. Officers say when they tried to place 45-year-old Willie Jackson under arrest, he resisted, then suffered cardiac arrest while being taken to a nearby hospital. He was pronounced dead about an hour later. A single vehicle accident in Roslyn Harbor resulted in toppling 3 utility poles and igniting a gas line fire. Police say the 80-year-old motorist was driving on Bryant Avenue at Mott's Cove Road early Saturday afternoon when she first hit a utility pole, then went on to strike a brick wall. The pole fell, causing an electrical fire, igniting a gas line, which became a larger fire that then toppled 2 additional utility poles, then spread to the pavement igniting shrubs and another car. Nobody was reportedly in the car at the time, and the Glenwood Fire Department put out the flames. The 80-year-old driver was taken to a nearby hospital where she was evaluated and then released. Low-cost carrier AirTran had the best overall performance of the 16 largest U.S. carriers last year in an annual study of airline quality. Hawaiian Airlines ranked first the previous 2 years, but was bumped down to second place in the study that was released today. The study is based on Department of Transportation data on on-time performance, mishandled baggage, bumpings due to overbooking, and consumer complaints. Overall, the study indicates airlines improved their performance last year with fewer lost bags and bumped passengers and more on-time arrivals. But consumer complaints were up. Home sales fell last month, and real estate experts are blaming the decline on more stringent lending requirements and an increase in mortgage rates. To help realtors navigate a tough market, a local realtor recently hosted a training seminar where brokers could learn practical steps to help them improve their businesses. Elsa Gillis has more.
The real estate market has been a hot ticket to watch lately as it struggles to get back on its feet during rough economic conditions. Long Island realtors gathered recently at a seminar in Westbury to learn more about and discuss the real estate market.
There's still a lot of inventory on the real estate market that still hasn't come down. Okay, the foreclosures are still out there, short sales are still out there, and that's also going to be out there for 2 to 3 years.
Economist Dr. Martin Cantor, real estate expert Jared James, and broker Joe Moshe spoke to realtors about the current state of the economy and what they can do to survive and succeed right now.
Real estate agents should know what's going on and where the money is and where the growth is in the economy, both age-wise and money-wise.
People who are successful, whether it's a bad market, good market, whatever it may be, it's not by accident. You look at bad markets and there's someone who always makes a fortune.
James says it's combining old school and new school real estate techniques that can make someone a successful realtor, even during these rough times.
You mix that old school networking, meeting with people, getting to know people, getting in front of people, which has not changed, and now you start to mix in the different technologies of today that are more efficient, whatever it may be, to start to systematize your business and become more efficient. With today's technologies, we can automate so many of those processes so that we can actually get out there and do the things that work in real estate.
And Cantor says with time, the market will improve.
We're not going to get much worse, but things aren't going to get much better. It's going to take about 2 years for us to start feeling anything in the economy.
He says until consumers start spending, everything is going to move slowly. In Westbury, Elsa Gillis, LI News Tonight.
It was a mixed day on Wall Street today. The Dow finished up 23 1/3 points. NASDAQ was down less than half a point. The S&P was up almost half a point. NYIT's LI News Tonight continues after this.
See a screening of the film To Live at New York Institute of Technology's D. Seversky Center in Old Westbury on Wednesday, April 13th at 5:30 p.m. For more information, call 516-686-7567. Take the kids to Orient Beach State Park's 22nd Annual Egg Hunt in Orient on Saturday, April 16th at 11 a.m. For more information, log on to www.nysparks.com. Learn about the history of the Setauket Village Green on a 3-Village Historical Society walking tour on Saturday, April 16th at 10:30 a.m. For more information, call 631-751-3730 or celebrate Asia's rich heritage at the 5th Annual Asian American Cultural Festival in Roosevelt Hall at Farmingdale State College on Saturday, April 16th from noon till 9:30 p.m. For more information, call 631-754-6640. If you have an event you'd like included on the LI News Tonight community calendar, send it to linewstonight@nyit.edu.
Press play to start your future. Learn the industry. Use the technology. Become an expert in television reporting, journalism, radio, digital film, public relations and advertising, television production, digital graphics, a beautiful state-of-the-art campus, a road to the job you've always wanted, in the media capital of the world. Communication Arts at NYIT. When can you start?
In world news today, the strategic Libyan oil site in the city of Brega is reportedly now back in the hands of anti-Gaddafi rebels. But the Libyan leader's forces in the western part of Brega have been continuing artillery attacks as the rebels move into the eastern sections of the town. Women and children were seen fleeing the town as the battle raged. Control of the western part of the town is still being contested, and the uprising against Gaddafi's rule has reached a stalemate. But the rebels did make gains on the diplomatic front. Italy today recognized the rebel-led Libyan National Transitional Council as the country's only legitimate voice. It's the third country after France and Qatar to do so. The CEO of a major Japanese internet conglomerate is making a major donation to earthquake and tsunami relief efforts. SoftBank Corporation says its CEO will donate $120 million of his personal wealth plus his salary until he retires. Meanwhile, workers at the damaged nuclear plant are using a dye to try to find the source of leaking radioactive water. A crack in a maintenance pit was found over the weekend, the latest confirmation that radioactivity continues to spill into the environment. And a strong earthquake has hit off Indonesia's main island of Java. It prompted authorities to briefly issue a tsunami warning and sent thousands of residents fleeing their homes in a panic. There are no immediate reports of injuries or damage from the 6.7 magnitude quake which struck early today. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake was centered nearly 200 miles off southern Java, just 15 miles beneath the ocean floor. Indonesia, the world's largest archipelago, is prone to seismic upheaval due to its location on the so-called Ring of Fire, an arc of volcanoes and fault lines encircling the Pacific Basin. NASA is delaying its next space shuttle flight because of a Russian launch conflict. Shuttle Endeavour was supposed to be blasting off on April 19th. The launch is now scheduled for April 29th. NASA announced the postponement today after conferring over the weekend with the Russian Space Agency and other space station partners. An unmanned Russian cargo ship is set to blast off at the end of April, and NASA says it didn't want the craft docking at the International Space Station while Endeavour was still there. It will be Endeavour's final flight and the next to last shuttle mission. Well, officials at the National Gallery of Art say a painting by Paul Gauguin is being inspected for damage after it was attacked by a visitor. Museum visitors say it happened Friday afternoon when a woman tried to pull Gauguin's Two Tahitian Women off the wall and banged on its clear plastic covering. Witnesses say the woman was screaming, "This is evil." The gallery says the woman was restrained by museum officers and charged with destruction of property and attempted theft. The museum says no damage to the 1899 painting was immediately apparent, but a more thorough examination was scheduled for today. Well, we had a mostly cloudy morning today. We did see some periods of sun this afternoon. Today's high was up into the mid-60s. Tonight, chance of scattered thunderstorms. The low should be down in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, a mix of rain, thunder, and wind with a high in the upper 50s. Wednesday, a chance of a few showers with a high in the mid-50s. Thursday, partly cloudy with a high in the mid-50s. And the outlook for Friday, a chance of a few showers, high up near 50 degrees. And that's it for NYIT's LI News Tonight. I'm Ken Eckhart. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.